Yeah, for those that when I was doing, I was just taking a moment of silence, because um maybe we lost our first big um I don't for like the first big celebrity death of this year, and as of recently, Leonard Nimoy, famous for which everyone knows he's famous for, Spock in the Star Trek series, now passed away. Yeah, and Leonard Nimoy, he was a legendary, at least he was a legendary actor, and I love Leonard Nimoy because I grew up with the Star Trek films. Now, um, like I said, well, I didn't say this before, but yeah, I grew up with Star Trek films, and that's why I grew more than the Star Wars films, Just, but Star Trek, as I grew up with, because me and my dad, so we also watched the original Star Trek series, and loved it. I loved it for ever since the years, I enjoyed the original Star Trek movies, um, and Leonard Nimoy, he always did fantastic playing as Spock. Pretty sure everybody everywhere, probably loved him playing as Spock as well, Um, yeah, but now he sadly is now passed away, It's just that one this one was hard, Um, he was because I said he's such a legendary actor, and he died as of today, at the age of 83 from uh what was it called? Uh look it up, of a COPD, also known as uh chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and that's what he died from, and ever since his death, William Shatner, his Star Trek co-star, he made a statement, talked about him, saying that they loved him like a brother. We all miss his humor, his talent, and his capacity to love. George Takei, playing originally the original played Mr. Sulu. Said that the word extraordinary is often overused, but I think it's really appropriate for Leonard. He was an extraordinarily talented man, but he was also a very decent human being. Even Zachary Quinto, who played Spock in the new Star Trek film, said that his heart is broken, and he'll love him, my dear friend, and I'll miss him every day, So yeah, Star Trek, I'm sure it's devastating for Star Trek fans all over, Yeah, and we will all surely miss Leonard Nimoy, and we all like him as he was not only that, but he was a director as well. He directed two of the Star Trek films. He directed 3 and 4, Search for Spock and The Voyage Home, and he also directed a classic comedy film, Three Men and a Baby, which I do enjoy. Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg. Um, he even had a recurring appearance in Star Trek Next Generation, then in the two-part episode. But and of course, he also had a recurring a role in the TV show Fringe as well. I haven't watched Fringe though, but he had like a recurring role in that film as well. Also in the series of In Search of, as the narrator and the host of it. The original star of the original the Mission Impossible series, But and of course, and also appearing in the new Star Trek films as the older version of Spock, and had a cameo appearance in the second film as well, Into Darkness. Um, and he also voiced in Transformers Transformers Dark of the Moon as Sentinel Prime. That was another one of the things I also liked in that film. Was one of the highlights of the franchise. Because I liked him voicing as Sentinel Prime. Um, and which is also he also voiced another in the old Transformers of the movie as Galvatron. But yeah, he voiced in that Transformers and the animated film, and voiced in another Transformers film. But I just wanted to say that because this is now so this is the first big celebrity loss for this year of 2015. Um, Although I would consider like a while back, I think in December, um, there was also another good celebrity, Rod Taylor, who starred in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds and voiced Pongo in the original 101 Dalmatians. But a but a very well-known actor like Leonard Nimoy, consider that the first huge celebrity loss of this year, for me, because like I said, that's do it in my celebrity list, for the actors and directors. But like I said, I I I also love Leonard Nimoy. He'll just be very very missed. And I was gonna plan on doing sometime sometime down the road during this year. I was gonna plan on reviewing all the Star Trek movies. From the original series going on to the Next Generation, and then the new Star Trek films. So I was gonna plan on doing that sometime during this year. So I have to rewatch all of them again. Then I'll review them. Because like I said before, because a lot of people, it's like I said, it's a split even between people who are fans of Star Wars and Star Trek. Two of the greatest sci-fi phenomenons of all time. But I've always been more of a Star Trek fan more than Star Wars, though. Although I do love the original trilogy, though. But I've always been a fan of Star Trek. So yeah. So I will review one day. I will one day sometime during this year I will review the whole all the Star Trek films. So that's pretty much it. So yeah. So I will say rest in peace, Leonard Nimoy. You will very very well be missed. Very be missed by by diehard Star Trek fans, others, and even other people who are fans of Leonard Nimoy will miss him as well. So yeah, so like I said before, I doesn't want much to talk about because it was he just his very bottom line said he'll be very well missed. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and once again, rest in peace, Leonard Nimoy. You will be missed. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next movie review later. And once again, rest in peace, Leonard Nimoy.